Hey, what's up? It's Mike here at Sweeps Coin Curator. Check it out, youtube.com/@SC Curator. That's the channel. Like it, subscribe it, share it. This is part 3 in the series on AMOE, Alternative Method of Entry, Writing to Casinos, the side hustle that's going to make you some extra cash. Part 3, get into the fun stuff now. If you missed parts 1 and 2, part 1 went over some TikTok class stuff and some nonsense as far as paying for this information. No need to do that. Gave some thoughts on that. Started the prep work with this Discord here, this helpful Discord where I put the link in the description there. You definitely want to join that and check it out. And then part 2 of, or section 2 of part 1, we went over the different sweeps casinos and how to choose and which ones you might want to sign up for. Gave some recommendations. Part 2 in the series, we read over the sweeps rules for Chumba Casino. Went over all the supplies that you need to get ready to write envelopes. So once you've done all that, welcome to part 3, where the fun starts. This is where the fun starts. So yeah, make sure again that you like and subscribe to my channel. Check out my site over at beacons.ai/freesweepscoins. Dozens of different casinos you can test out for yourself. You can sign up, get the sign up bonuses, get the daily login bonuses. You can write envelopes. All that good stuff is here. And this is where you want to go for constantly updated information. All right, so in the last section, I did read the sweeps rules for Chumba, but at the time in my head, I guess I forgot that I'm not even able to log into Chumba since they banned my account a couple months ago. So to actually go over how to write an envelope, we're going to use Pulse because I'm still active there. So we're going to use Pulse. It's similar to Chumba, so it's not that big of a difference. So once you have all your supplies, once you've decided on a casino, you're going to want to generate a code if the casino needs it, which most do. My recommendation would be start small, collect 1 code or maybe 5 to 10 codes to start out and get familiar. I would always screenshot them and save them in a separate folder on my phone so I have them batched together for easier writing later on, because I would write the codes first on my envelope. As far as the order that you write these, it doesn't really matter. That's a matter of personal preference. The way I would do it is I would get 100 codes. I would write the codes at the top, and then I would write the header information at the top, like my name, my email, and all that at the top. Then I would go through and fill out the rest of the postcard, and then I would write the envelope. And then I'd put the card in the envelope, and then I would stack them up and then put them in the mail. That's how I would do it. Some people write the envelope first. Some people write the code last. Some people write it first. It's really up to you. As long as your final product meets the requirements, it's okay. So I went to Pulse.com. I went to their sweeps rules. So here we are at Pulse.com/sweepstakes-rules. You can find it by just going to the main page, scroll to the bottom. Again, really similar to Chumba. It gives you all the different rules, the different regulations. Tells you what to write on the card. But yeah, the first thing you want to do here is click on the request sweepstakes coin request code link here. So you're going to want to click this. It's going to take you to this site, pulse.com/sweepstakes-code. And then once you're here, sweepstakes code request. And to find that, I guess I'll help you find it. You can do a Control F and type code, and it brings up 11 things. You want to just scroll down until you find the one that says here, letter C. Click the request sweepstakes coin request code link here. Then once you click it, it'll bring you here. You can actually just bookmark this site so you always have it for easy access. Okay, so here we go. Requesting your first code. All you do is click the button. Click You're Not a Robot, and then your code's going to pop up. So you're going to want to either take a screenshot of this or write it down. So you have it. It's a 13-digit code. And then I use a timer. A lot of people use a timer. I believe it's every 5 minutes for Pulse. You can get a new code. As you can see, it says valid once only, unique to your account. If you want an additional code, please request again in a few minutes. So that would be the code that goes on my envelope. If I refresh and try again, watch what happens. It's going to give me the same code. So you're going to want to be careful. You can't just keep requesting over and over and over again. You got to wait a few minutes. That's why a lot of people use a timer. 5-minute timer seems good. 5 or 6 minute timer, either one. You should be able to get a new code. So that's step 1. You collect a code, and then you start writing. again, you can start with the envelope here, or you can start with the note card itself. I would always start with a note card. So this number here, that's going to be this number that you generate. You're going to write that at the top left. You're going to write your first, middle, and last name as it appears on your ID, your government ID. You're going to write www.pulse.com, 12345. So whatever your address is there, and then your email address. And actually, to save time on the email, you may want to try to make a whole new email for this and just make it as short as possible. It'll save you the writing. You know what I mean? Like if your email is Jimmy12345678910@gmail.com, that's going to be a longer email than Jimmy123@gmail.com. You're going to save on the writing. So if you have a longer email and if you care about saving time, which you should, one thing I wish I would have done at the beginning is maybe gotten a shorter email, but my email's pretty short, so actually it's not that big of a deal. But you may want to shorten your email, just make a whole brand new email account for this. That way you won't have to write as much. But yeah, whatever email you signed up for, use that. And then you write exactly what it says here in blue ink. I would like to request free sweepstakes coins. Capitalize those two. Capitalize everything that's capitalized here. Offered by Yellow Social Interactive Limited in order to enter the promotional sweepstakes offered on Pulse.com. I agree to be bound by the general terms of use and sweepstakes rules. So you're going to want to write that on your postcard. And then you go to your envelope. Again, you write the code, the same code up here. You write www.pulse.com, sweepstakes coins, your return address. And then on the envelope, YSI Sweepstakes, Yellow Social Interactive Limited, P.O. Box 9401, Manchester, New Hampshire, 03108. And then you put the stamp at the top right. And yeah, then you're done. And that's all in all, this process generally is going to take, it depends. I could write about 10 per hour total. So writing all of this down takes about 6 minutes on average. Some people are faster, some people are slower. It's going to just depend on how fast you write. But in general, I was getting about 10 per hour over time. So not bad. You know, you're bringing in $50 per hour if they credit you for all of your requests, and then minus your expenses in the playthrough, you're looking at, I mean, it depends, $30 to $40 per hour. It really just depends on how fast you write and what kind of games you play. But in general, yeah, you're looking at around $30 per hour. I would say is a safe estimate if you follow, you know, some of the guidelines in these videos, and if you don't go crazy with the playthrough, you're probably going to make about $30 an hour, so not bad. My advice, though, would be to start small. You know, write one envelope, see how you like it, and then get feedback on the Discord. Post your entry here. They have an entry check. Let's see here, an entry check section. And here's somebody who wrote, look here, Lucky Land. So yeah, you kind of just black out your info, and then you post that, and then somebody will say, hey, is this good or bad? And yeah, that's a good resource. Again, this Discord's really valuable info, really good free info. Again, some do the envelopes first, some do the codes first, some people do batches of 50 or 100. It all just depends on what works for you, so you're going to want to kind of find your own style. Let's go back and see if we have a new code. So this one starts with 4622. Let's check it out. Nope, so it's still the same code. I guess it hasn't been 5 minutes yet, but again, once you bookmark this site here, you just add it to your bookmarks on your phone or on your browser. That's where you go, and then you just refresh the page and you get a new code. And it's really a similar process for every site. They're going to have a link to a page where you request the code. You get the code. I would like to get codes as I write. So I'd write for like 5 or 6 minutes, which gives me time to get, you know, one entry done roughly, and then I'd get a code. Then I'd write another entry, I'd get a code. And then I get another entry and write a code. So you can kind of find your own rhythm, find your own method that works best for you. What's nice about this side hustle, though, is you can do it when you want. You don't have to leave your house. You can do it if you have time at work. You know, say you have some downtime at work where you're sitting around doing nothing. You can write some envelopes, or you can just get codes. You know, some people just get codes while they're at work, and then they have the codes for later on. you'll find your own way as you go, but that's kind of the gist of it. So at this point, you're kind of ready to go. You can put your entry in here, make sure everything checks out, and then you can start mailing them in, and then you wait for the payment. And with Pulse, if you write to them, you will get an email that says, click here for free sweeps coins. Once you get your drop, you will see them there. So that's a quick, that's a pretty quick video, I guess, but it's really not too difficult. Once you do the prep work, like that's kind of the hardest part, in my opinion, is just getting familiar with what's going on. And then all these sites are pretty similar for the most part. Like there's not really big differences across the sites. There's some differences here and there, but once you know how to write for one site, you can kind of be flexible and write for another site. Just change, make slight changes as far as what you have to write and what you have to send in. But that's part 3. I'm going to go through part 4 in the next video, and then that'll be the whole series. So again, instead of paying for the TikTok class, just come here, watch these videos. They're free. Sweeps Coin Curator has your back. Go to the channel, subscribe, like the videos, pass them on, and come back for part 4, the final part. All right, thank you.